What do you think the town needs most right now?
What does the town need most?
The let's call it the Shenandoah Valley, not Asheville, just our side of Buncombe County.
I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm saying this because I've been on the Greenways Commission or not, but I'm a big believer that when this community can be connected through walking and riding trails,
it's so fun.
Yeah, I mean, like all of a sudden, it really brings life to the community.
I love how you pop out sometimes in someone's backyard.
Yeah.
And they're like mowing.
Yeah. Hey man,
it's great.
Wave,
I would, if I could live like that, I would
Yeah.
have my own access to the Greenway. Oh my gosh.
And I think I don't know how this happens. I hope someone listens to this podcast and does something about it. But if Black Mountain, there are so many and Shenandoah, but there are so many amazing trail systems that are a part of that, like private properties. That if there was ever an opportunity, and I understand liability and risk that come along with this, but imagine the Christ Mounts and the Ridgecrest and the Rockmonts and the Merrimacs and all of these camps around these private entities, Blue Ridge Assembly, all of a sudden allow public access,
breezeways.
Yeah, exactly. That you can cut through to continue this awesome experience.
I've been wanting to hike Merrimack since 2008.
Yeah, and listen, I mean, and I know Adam well. That they've got a great thing going on over there, and I understand why they wouldn't want to as well
with young girls and stuff. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that and
maybe
and
open it up seasonally,
protecting. I mean, but in Montreat as well. That like I'm just thinking, wow, what if there could be this both public and private kind of groups working together for the sake of connecting a trail system that's already there. It just needs to be approved and welcomed.
Well, it'd be nice because, volunteers based on grant funding of some kind would probably be able to go through and groom it and keep it cleaned up. And so you've got someone cleaning your property for you.
Yeah, that's
2-3
right.
times a year.
That's right. So what do you think? What do you think the biggest need is?
I think people specifically need to drop all of their singular-minded ambitions and work closer together to create a larger community whole environment, a system of things. I see a lot of individuality because of where we live, and it's vibrant and it's flourishing, and I love that. But you can only herd cats for a certain amount of time before you give up, and you run into this a lot with the chamber. I feel like there are people who status seek, and they come in from out of town, out of nowhere. I was even one of these people. I came in from out of town, and I wanted to see things, grow. And a lot of people don't want that, but I think that there's a way for steady growth, being that I'm now kind of been here a while. I've been here a decade. There's a way for steady growth to happen without these grand, bold, ambitious ideas kind of coming to the surface and flopping over and over and over again. And so what I see is I see the Chamber of Commerce, and then I see 19 replicas of the Chamber of Commerce created across the town in different ways with different branding. And
Explore Black Mountain, Chamber of Black Mountain, visit Black Mountain,
North Carolina Mountain Life.
Yeah.
It goes on and on and on. There's tons of them. And I did this deep dive last week because I was researching the issue with the director position and all that. And I wanted to see how many of these websites there were out there. And there are like 19. And blackmountain.com is taken. And that has nothing to do with the chamber. That has nothing to do with the town. And it's literally fake. Someone built a fake website, and they even have like pictures of different places that aren't Black Mountain on the website too, but they claim it's Black Mountain.
Wow.
It's like
blackmountain.com.
.com has been like taken over by, and it's like a news article website. And you're like, well, this is not real. And the articles are fake. Like it's all like
there's not a different Black Mountain in
some
in
of it's
another
like
location.
Lorem Epsom, blah 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 blah. It's like
so it's just
it's a live
filler
website with filler content that hasn't been built into anything special, and it's just taken, and it's like we need to get all of these kind of on one page and stamp it. and call it one thing. And everyone needs to stop bickering about the little things that don't matter. I just felt like over the last 5 years, I'm surprised that no one came screaming and hollering that you were going to put in an outdoor provision company on the corner there. Because
I'm glad.
no, you flew under the radar, and everyone else seemed to not notice. But one road over, the gallery there, the ginseng gallery thing, whatever that was, right beside Foothills Butcher Bar now that's there. But then there was the little gallery that they had renovated.
Oh yeah. So that building in the middle, that 2.5 story, it's too tall or too small, whatever.
People
it was,
fought tooth and nail over that thing.
Crazy.
And the rent's so high, no one's in there.
It's been bought though.
It has been bought, but no one's done anything with it. And it seems like the fighting that went on, from what I remember, this was
Oh,
before.
you're right. No, you're right. They were talking about, there were plans to develop actually where the Grange actually is into like this shopping on the boat lower with the
Dober T thing. Yeah, remember?
Yeah, that was all coming down.
Yeah.
I mean, Dober T, they're putting in buildings there. But the plans for it were too tall or didn't match the historic
They wanted it to
district's
be more than
requirements.
3 stories tall, and the town requires it to be 3 stories or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy though. You're right. And so, I don't know. I am grateful that we were able to kind of come in.
You really did come in under the radar. And I guess that part of town just no one cared about.
Yeah, probably not. I get a lot of questions about, it made me think of Take a Hike. I get a lot of questions about people that are like, hey, do you think, you're hurting Take a Hike, or is it helping Take a Hike, or whatever? I've always been I'll clear the air here. I've always felt like it's a rising tide raises all ships kind of mentality. That if you have a few like-minded stores, but they're all uniquely different there might be some crossover in brands a little bit, and there might be some crossover in the industry, like, okay, we're outdoor, they're outdoor. At the same time, if you could have Mountain Running Company, Take a Hike, and the Outdoor Collective, and between the 3 of those, individually, we may not be able to offer everything that REI does. But between the 3 of us, you have everything that you could need that our REI would offer.
And the walk is less than the circumference of REI to each building.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and so, I love having the Mountain Run. And when we don't have stuff, I'm quick to say, hey, you should check out Take a Hike, or you should check out Mountain Running, because we're going to win at the end of the day if we're promoting each other, and people come to Black Mountain and know there's cool outdoor retail going on in this community.
You'd think Take a Hike was at the bottom of a ski slope, the way their gear is in the back. They've got all those great ski bibs and stuff, and you're like, man.
People just need to know. I mean,
yeah, it'd be nice if we could find a way to put a ski slope somewhere on the backside so no one would see it and complain about it.
Of this area.
Going up Highway 9 on the other side of the bend.
Looking
other
the
side
other of the
way.
divide.
No one would know it was there.
Yeah.
Someone could buy that 1,000,000 acres sitting there.
Great idea. If anybody's listening to this today,